Hey guys, SAIYAN here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today I am getting around finally to doing the 200% leader skill showcase for TEQ Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because it actually completely slipped my mind until I made a post on Twitter yesterday. Check it out, you can still reply to it, or you can just reply in the comments to this video, but I put out a tweet asking people if there were any particular 200% showcases that I hadn't done yet or that people hadn't seen that they would like to see. And it was only when getting the replies to that post that I obviously realized that TEQ Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku did not have a 200% leader skill on global until now with the release of TEQ Pan, because obviously when this came out on JP, TEQ Pan was already out, or had just come out, or was just about to come out or something, and we already knew that he was going to be on her leader skill. But obviously on global, he was not on a single 200% leader skill until now, unless I have missed one, but I'm pretty sure I haven't. So I'd never gotten around to doing this, and honestly, I think that the EZA Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is massively overlooked, hugely underrated. I think he's actually very, very good. And we're going to see why. He can raise attack and defense for one turn on Super, does immense damage. He obviously has a decent amount of start of turn stats, as well as then getting attack and defense up 100% based on your HP remaining. Now, I saw somebody post some details about this. Apparently, this is in like 20% increments or something like that. So if you're on anything up all the way down to like 80% HP, he will still be getting like 80% of that buff. So he is a lot better on lower HP than people realize, which is quite good. I don't know if I've explained it well, but essentially he is better on lower HP than people expect, right? Whereas when it comes to a unit like Nappa, because he has something like 700 or 500% or something based on his HP, each bit of HP you lose is a much bigger loss out of that total. So anyway, he gets an additional attack and defense 59% when all allies attacking in the same turn are super class, so it does limit his team builds a little bit. He has a medium chance to counter supers, as many of the other Super Saiyan 4s do, and then he foresees enemy super attacks when there's another full power ally on the same turn if HP is 59% or less. So I don't think they should have given him that restriction. He definitely, like, it's not just the fact you have to have full power allies, but you have to have the HP as well. I think it should be one or the other. And I get, like, you know, he's full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but he doesn't really work super well on a full power team. So I do think that is a weird restriction for him. But we get the super attack counter. That's what we like to see. So 1.3 million attack stat. 1.6 million damage. I mean, it's free and we don't have to take a super. And look at that, 9.5 million attack stat. And he's got no support on the rotation. That's just him linked up with Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And he just put out almost 10 million attack. So on the next rotation where we have a support unit in slot 3, depending on what sort of HP we start the turn at, he's going to be over 10 million attack. And we saw, I didn't go into a huge detail, but when we went into the team menu, he had over 350k defense, which means after super attacking, he was going to be well over 450. I didn't see exactly what his HP, his defense was, but he was potentially close to 500k defense after supering. Now, a lot of people will say, and it is kind of true for some of these harder bosses, even 500k raw defense, but without like damage reduction, guard, anything like that, is not good enough for some of the more difficult bosses. Like, obviously, he'll still get one shot by a super attack from like Cell Max, potentially even the Metal Cooler Core, I'm not sure. Broly obviously has the advantage of being tech. But the thing is, of course, that he does have that chance to counter supers. Now, it is only 30%, so obviously you can't, like, you know, even if you have his scouter effect go off, it's not like you can just put him in front of a super attack and lean back and like, ah, yeah, he's, you know, he's going to counter that. It's only a 30% chance, so difficult, you know, to take that risk. But the potential is still there, and as we saw on the first turn of this run, he's not really a slot 1 unit, but obviously early on in these kind of events where the enemies aren't necessarily going to hit you super hard, he actually can manage in slot 1. So, of course, good old Pan RNG Pan getting super attacked after she attacks and loses her damage reduction. I don't know what I expected, to be honest. It seems to always happen. The more I use Pan, the more impressed I am with her attack stats and how quickly they build up. But then at the same time, the more often I constantly see her getting super attacked after attacking. I don't know if it's just bad luck on my part, but yeah, Pan is definitely a solid unit, but her flaws, when they get exposed by some of these harder bosses, they are pretty devastating. So we are at about 81, 82% HP here. So we're starting the turn at 390k defense with the support from Trunks and Goten over here. So after super attacking, we are going to be over 500k defense, which I think that's pretty good when you consider the damage output that he does, combined with the fact that we could potentially counter a super. So I think that is honestly very, very good. Now, the thing that lets him down, yeah, there you go. He managed to break 10 million. So we're not even on full HP, but with the support, we got a 10 million attack stat out of him. So I'd never understand why. I'm always one of these people. You guys will see me on Twitter if you do follow me. If you don't, at the Marsningen. I'm a big proponent of not like rating units, or at least not getting super worked up about units, whether it's good or bad, until we actually see them in game. Now, sometimes it is really obvious from the details when they drop that a unit is going to be either really good or really bad. But TEQ Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, aside from his Scouter restriction being quite honestly terrible, as soon as I saw his stats, I was like, oh wow, he looks like he's really good. And of course, a bunch of people started underrating him. Then we see him in game. And you can even go back to when I did his original showcase after he got his EZA. Obviously, as I said at the beginning, on Global, we didn't have a 200% leader skill for him. And it's exactly a repeat of what happened with AGL Metal Cooler. Almost number by number, step by step, it is exactly the same. He got underrated, then we saw him in game, and it was like, wow, he's actually quite good. And that's only on a 170 leader skill, because Metal Cooler was the same, not getting the 200% lead from LR Final Form Cooler. And then, of course, the Carnival LR Metal Cooler came out and actually gave him a 200% lead. And you guys can check it out if you haven't seen it already. I did a video taking on Wicked Bloodline. Wait, was it Wicked Bloodline or was it Terrifying Conquerors? Extreme Super Battle Road using Metal Cooler under the double 200% leads, and getting the support from STR Cooler, because obviously STR TUR Cooler, when there's multiple enemies, supports Terrifying Conquerors. And I think, was it like 11 million or 40? It was like some ridiculous attack stat that Metal Cooler was able to hit. So just like, oh, this is a dodgy rotation here. Well, we don't need to worry about Goku's defense for this showcase, because he's not even getting hit. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Whis just to protect Trunks and Giru at the end. But we're on about 91 to 92% HP, so we have 399. Now obviously Trunks and Giru are supporting, which categories is it again? It is GT Heroes, Bond of Friendship, and Dragon Ball Seekers. So I think we are in we're in Bond of Friendship and GT Heroes. Yeah, there's Bond of Friendship. I don't think this Goku is in Dragon Ball Seekers, no. So he could have potentially been getting an extra 20% support. But if we are able to get the 7 orbs with Trunks and Giru, which shouldn't be too difficult, then we will be getting an extra 10% buff as well. So I think what I'll do, let me just grab these for Goku, and then that should connect up all of these, yeah, orange orbs like this. So when we pick up the extra orbs from Trunks and Giru here, our defense is going to go up over 400k, which then means when we super attack, we're going to be at like 530-ish, close to 550k for a full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku. So I would say that is pretty good. Hopefully the Whis is enough here for Trunks and Giru to not get absolutely annihilated. But we basically got to 10.5 with a support unit that is giving 50%. And then we get an additional super. We jump up to 10.9. So almost at 11 million. So very, very good performance. I mean, look, there's LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku with his EZA getting 11 million on his 24 key super. So I think full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku definitely stands up in terms of top tier EZAs. Now, one of the things I was starting to say before I got distracted, I think by this turn and seeing that Trunks and Gira were sealed, one of the only downsides to him is his link set, because he is obviously a Super Saiyan 4. If you're not running him on a team or with a partner where he's able to get Saiyan Raw, then obviously he is going to look considerably worse than if you are running him on a team where you are able to get those links active. So it'll be interesting to see when all the hero stuff comes out at the end of the year, if the main banner unit is Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, how much that will affect like the giant 8 power team. Because I expect him to have a 200% leader skill of some variety, but I assume it's going to be for heroes. Now, it'll be interesting to see what they do. Unless they finally make a Heroes LR, I don't think he's just going to have a straight up, like, Heroes 200% leader skill. Because it seems like now that they are doing that, that's just going to be a thing for Carnival LRs. But, obviously, we'll see. But the landscape of the Super Saiyan 4 team is going to change significantly in November, because again, the headline banner unit for Heroes should be Limit Breaker Super Saiyan 4 Vegito, but we're also getting the Dokkan Awakenings for Super Saiyan 4 Bardock and Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. So that team is going to look really, really good. And I feel like this full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku is absolutely going to have a spot on that team. So, unfortunately, he is sealed this turn, so I think we'll just go ahead and active skill here and get this guy out of the way. And we could potentially see one more turn, because we don't have any support on this turn anyway, so it's not a big deal if we don't really see anything extra out of this Goku. Because unfortunately he is sealed. So on this rotation with no support, we have 350k defense, give or take. Again, we've lost quite a significant chunk of HP. That's about a third of our HP gone. And he still has around 350k defense, which, again, not going to save you from getting supered by some of these more difficult bosses, but 350k defense on a turn where if he wasn't sealed, he's going to be putting out like an 8 to 9 million attack stat super, with a 30% chance to counter supers on the comeback, is pretty good. So overall, I would say I am very, very happy with this Super Saiyan 4 Goku EZA. The only thing, as I already said, is I think the restriction for his Scouter ability is just needlessly bad. I don't know why they had to make it that. It could have been I guess it could have been like literally anything else, right? And it would have been better than what we got. So am I going to be able to get the 7 orbs? I guess it doesn't really matter, right? It's not a showcase for them or anyone else on this rotation. So let's just go ahead and do this. But yeah, full power Super Saiyan 4 Goku, I think he's looking pretty good. On the 200% leader skill, he definitely looks very impressive. Now, the one thing I will say that's worth bearing in mind is I don't think he fits super well on the Pan team. Because obviously, you look at Pan going off here, getting up to 10 mil. You're probably running this team usually with both Pans on main rotation. And then obviously TEQ Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku doesn't link up particularly well with her. They share a few links, right? But again, she doesn't have Saiyan Raw, so Goku is definitely lacking if you're running her as like his main partner, like if you're running him on rotation. And even if you're running him as a floating unit, like he's not getting those links out of the units that you're going to want to run with Pan. So disappointing enough, like he does have a 200% lead, but it's not like the best unit, right? So now here we've started on quite low HP, so we still have 373k defense with the support though. That is actually really, really good. So let's go ahead and see this last attack stat from him. It's definitely not going to be the highest one that we've seen so far. In fact, actually, I just realized Super Saiyan 4 Goku might finish him off here. Oh, he dodged! Okay. And then LR Super Saiyan 4 Goku going to counter the super. So that's what we like to see. The same animation, because Full Power Super Saiyan 4 Goku came out first. And has the that same animation. Wow, still 9.5. And we started the turn on really low HP. So yeah, that shows you what I was saying at the beginning, how his HP loss doesn't affect him as much as you might think it does. So that is still a very high number despite being on very low HP at the start of the turn. So overall, I am very happy with this Goku. I've said that, I'll say it again. I think he's great. I think you could probably argue that he's a top 5 easy ATUR, maybe. Or at least if he's not top 5, he's in like the honourable mention. But he's definitely top 10. I think he's really good. So, yeah, we'll see how he ages. The LR Super Saiyan 4 team desperately needs more buffs. If we do get more Super Saiyan 4s, more GT heroes, you know, awakenings for units like the STR Super Saiyan 3 Goku that can go Grey Ape. Like, he was a support unit. Back in the day when he came out, him and the STR Goku together was one of the highest APT rotations in the entire game. So, if he gets a really good EZA, putting him next to this guy's going to go off. So, yeah, I think he's really good. Let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So, that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.